Yo, guys, we've got some big news. Just only 4 or 5 days ago, I made a video talking about the Snowbreak situation. Where's it gone? And what potentially was the reason for it being in the situation that it's in. It's been down for 2 months, just over 2 months as of recording this video. It's now the 7th, and the game is coming back tomorrow. If you're watching this right now, then it's back tomorrow, or it might already be back depending on when you're actually watching the video. But they've actually put up a tweet, and they've put up a post on the website as well, and we've got a post in the Discord, which is basically them just retweeting or linking to the tweet, which they've got all the bits and pieces you'll be getting in the game, which is not so important, really. What's important is how is the game going to look, because there's a lot of assumptions of why the game went down. But let's just read this here. They say, Dear Adjutants, the service for Snowbreak Containment Zone will be officially open on the 2026 5th, the 8th of the 5th, sorry, at UTC 1400 UTC plus 8. The limited time event Winds of Warmth will begin simultaneously. Details for the event will be announced separately. So the game's coming back. Then they just go through a bunch of compensation for the maintenance, because 2 months of maintenance. Well, we're told that that's what the reason for the game being down. We still don't have any information, but I'm sure we'll know by tomorrow when people start to play the game. And the reason why a lot of people kind of assume why the game went down, and that is because I think it was on the 28th of February, but there was supposed to be a collaboration that was supposed to start for this game. I think it was announced on the 26th that they were going to do a collaboration with the China Post, which is an official CCP entity in China, and it brought eyes towards the game. And this is a game that's had issues in the past with potentially looking like a bit of a black sheep within CN. This collaboration happened. A lot of people weren't happy about it in CN from particular groups, and then the collaboration was cancelled within 2 days. 2 days later, completely cancelled. The China Post announced that they were retracting all the marketing, artwork, and all that sort of stuff, and it wouldn't go forward, citing timeline issues. But then, about a week later, on the 2nd of March, the game just gets taken down, and they cite that they've got a lot of data to go over, so they can't really say when their servers will be back up, which is an odd thing to happen, from going from having a collaboration start to having to take the game down, and we've got massive amounts of data to go through, pointed to really one outcome that could have happened, that it crossed the desk of somebody that didn't want it to cross, and regulators got involved, and potentially we're going to see massive censorship within the game, because if you didn't know, it's a bit of a Gooner game, right? And people really like Snowbreak, specifically for the fact that it is a Gooner game. But it appears that some people didn't like that, and it might now appear that the regulators didn't not like that. Now, we don't know this for a fact, and you could be watching this video and we already know, right? But we don't have any actual information from them, because if you just go over to the website, it's basically just going through that it's a required update, when you're going to need to update, and basically all of the giveaways, all of the compensation, sorry, that you're going to get for the maintenance. And then they just go through talking about additional things that have been added, fixes that have been made. So they have actually gone through making some fixes here in terms of optimization, but there isn't really anything other than that. They're just like little animation glitches and fixes and clipping and all that sort of stuff, which is great to see, right? They've actually been working on some optimization and fixes while it's been away. But for a game to be down for such a long time and them talking about all of this data, this doesn't seem like it required 2 months. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. They do state that Korean voiceover production for all new content will be suspended when Korean voiceover is selected in settings. Any unavailable lines will be presented with Japanese voiceover. The English VN will be suspended as well. And basically, there's existing VA content, it'll still be there. But other than that, there won't be VAs for Korea and for EN. But other than that, we don't really have much information, and they apologise, obviously, for the downtime. But if you go through the comments, people are obviously really happy, but also people are like asking questions. Why was it down? Are we going to be censored when we come back? You know, people saying, please don't be censored, I beg, please be the same Snowbreak. I remember, you know, people are a little bit worried about what state the game is going to come back in, right? Because this is a game that was struggling and then used its goon maxing, shall we say, to like turn things around. And it actually worked. Now, if all of that's removed, after 2 months of downtime, is it going to be a bit of a bridge too far, shall we say, for them to come back and do well? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of eyes on this tomorrow. There's going to be an influx of players, so I'll be interested to see what happens. I'm going to be playing Babel tomorrow, or I'll be playing it right now, depending on when you're watching the video. But I will hop back into the game myself. It's been a while since I've played the game, actually. So, specific censorships that may have been implemented, if they have, actually, I probably won't notice all of them, but I will go through and see what the community's been saying. And we'll like kind of touch base on this again, because it'll be interesting, right? Again, I'm not necessarily in it for like the master love type stuff in the gacha space, but I don't mind a bit of gooning, personally. I do think Snowbreak, for me personally, was a little bit too far sometimes, but not for everybody, right? We've all got different tastes, and it will be a shame if it was forced to change because, you know, it just attracted the wrong attention. And if it was all because it attracted the wrong attention, then it might have been a bit of a schoolboy error for them to actually go along and attempt to do a collaboration with the China Post, you know? Not blaming the devs, so to speak, for that regarding that, but if they were already having issues, to, you know, they basically turned the spotlight on themselves, didn't they? And people didn't like it, so yeah. But it'd be interesting to see what happens. But Snowbreak is back, baby. So for everybody who's been waiting to play the game, here's your opportunity to get back into the game from tomorrow. And for everybody else who's just a bit curious to see what the hell has gone on, I'm sure we'll start to get information, and hopefully the devs are actually going to be open with what's gone on, because once again, still really, really quiet on exactly what went down here. So hopefully we find out soon, because I'm very much interested to see what happened. So yeah, hopefully we'll know very soon. But guys, let me know what you think about this whole situation. Kind of a crazy one, right? You know, going from big collab announcement, shutting the servers down for 2 freaking months, and then to come back with, hey, we're back, but nothing else. It's an odd one, to say the least. So it'd be interesting to see what's going on with the game. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts down below. And let me know if you're excited to get back into Snowbreak Containment Zone, guys. Anyway, I'll catch you lot in the next one. And maybe by the next time we touch base on this game, I'll have played the game again myself. And you will also as well. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Get out.